2 a.m. this morning on the dockside in Boulogne, and the French-registered trawler Manureva is unloading yesterday's catch, mostly sardines, mackerel and squid. Despite lockdown and the collapse in demand, the fishing is good, but as they sort and box their haul below decks, a much bigger threat looms over the French fishing industry, that in just 6 weeks' time they may lose access to fishing grounds which, for decades, have produced 60% of their catch. Much of this catch has been caught in British territorial waters, as has been happening here since long before Britain joined the then Common Market and the Common Fisheries Policy. If that ends on the 1st of January, it will obviously have serious consequences for these boats, but also for the exports of British fish to the continent. Georges Thomas, who represents fish merchants here in Boulogne, explained that as fish migrate in the waters between France and Britain, the rights have long been shared.
Fish is reproducing on the French coast, and then it moves into deeper water, and the British water are deeper, so they move up there. So really, there's no such a thing as French or British fish.
Under current EU rules, ships like the Klondike share part of a French quota to fish in UK waters. Its owner took me to the bridge to explain what the loss of that would mean if the negotiators can't finalise a deal on fishing in the days ahead. How much fishing do you do in British waters?
We are doing 100% of our activity in the British waters. The UK fishermen, they need also to have access to the European market, and the European fishermen need to keep the fishing rights.
And that's the point. 80% of fish from UK waters end up on the continent in processing plants like this one. Britain currently has neither the boats to catch nor the market to consume all its fish. This was the reaction when I asked the French Fishermen's Union if there'd be retaliation.
Si les pêcheurs français ne peuvent pas accéder aux eaux britanniques,
if French fishermen can't go into UK waters, he told me we'll be in a complicated situation because their catch goes to be sold here. And fishermen here say they won't allow British fish to be sold in the European market.
Sur le marché européen.
And with their reputation, that's not an idle threat. If no deal is done, the French and others won't fish in UK waters and UK fish won't be sold in Europe. That looks very like a lose-lose proposition, which is why here in Europe's biggest fishing town they still believe there is a deal to be done. James Mates, News at 10, Boulogne.